cats. Am I
Yes.
right?
Hey, baby.
Miss Kitty, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I think we need to start on a review. Pardon me. There we go. Greetings, everyone. I am Dr. Wolf,
I am Josh Scorcher.
And I'm Aramau, the fiery secretary.
and we just watched The Washouts.
Yeah, a lot of things to talk about this episode.
Now, Josh had actually seen this before. Apparently, one of his fans had spoiled something about it to him.
And I figured, might as well.
But I and Miss Aramau had not seen it before. And I have to say, there are several things about it that do sound eerily similar to an idea that I came up with more than 5 years ago in a video called, I think it was, My Hopes for Season 4 and Beyond Part 2. I'll post a link to that in the description, maybe a little card at the top here, but oh goodness. That setup. Wow, that setup. That really brought me back to my early days of YouTube.
Alright, so the episode begins with a very abbreviated meeting of the Rainbow Dash fan club, much to Rainbow Dash's dismay. So Scootaloo quickly moves the meeting along and kicks everyone out so she can set up for her new fan club for the Washouts. An extreme, okay, I'm not doing that right. Extreme new stunt team
Yes.
of flyers. Now, and of course Rainbow Dash is like, hey, that's my fan club, what are you doing? And Scootaloo's like, I'm setting up for the new fan club of the most awesome ponies in all of Equestria. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
As Rainbow Dash does.
After Rainbow Dash goes through several steps of, you should be focusing all of your worshipping on me, because I am the center of your world.
Well, to be fair, it's like for the longest time, Rainbow Dash was the center of
Yes,
Scootaloo.
Rainbow Dash was the center of Scootaloo's world.
It's going back to the status quo.
And this does seem like a natural progression of that relationship.
They are very, very attached to each other, and I think that's very sweet. Rainbow Dash, I'm not a huge Rainbow Dash fan. I'm probably going to get a lot of flame for this. She is my least favorite main six. Not saying she's bad, she's usually just my least favorite. However, she showed a vulnerable side to her in this episode that I really appreciated. Scootaloo is her kryptonite, pretty much.
Yes.
And I like that. I like it when characters have a weakness, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, it was interesting how I noticed throughout the episode that her ego was kind of a front for her real concern.
Yes.
It's like she's pretending to be an egomaniac.
When in reality, she's terrified of Scootaloo getting hurt.
Yeah.
And I really like that.
Now, so Scootaloo sort of doesn't drag the rest of the main six to the Washout show that's happening this weekend. And we saw in the audience that some of the Schoolyard Six were enjoying the show as well.
Just a very brief cameo in the background.
Yeah,
Silver-
experience and culture.
Yeah.
Silverstream, Gallus, and Smolder went to go see it. I didn't see the others. Just those three. But anyway, over the loudspeakers, you hear the announcer say, like, the Washouts, and then they perform these amazing stunts, which, honestly, like, it reminded me of, like, those extreme stunts that you had, like, in the 90s in those movies and stuff like that.
Evel Knievel.
Yeah.
But I think, honestly, it probably would have been more impressive had an Earth Pony done them.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, but that ties into what the Washouts actually are. They're washed out Wonderbolts.
Yeah, I know. Spoilers or not really. So after the show, after which Rainbow is thoroughly impressed and a little bit envious, they go and meet the two of the members.
One of them is, wow, we can see why the Australian releases are so early now. I think they're trying to... I noticed that there's a lot more Australian accents now.
Yeah. But the first one is a very tall Australian pony, and the other one is a very short fuse.
He's a red pony with a yellow windswept mane who wears black and green and has a temper problem. I'm sorry, I'm feeling personally attacked.
The only thing that would be better is if his cutie mark had fire on it.
But we can't see it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence, Josh. Although I'm sure your fans will be harping on you about it for years to come.
And then, of course, we get the ringleader, the founder of the Washouts, and a callback from a previous season.
Lightning Dust.
One of the best episodes of Season 3, by the way. Mm-hmm. One that I still remember very fondly to this day.
Yep, and so yes, Lightning Dust is thoroughly unapologetic, and it's kind of funny how she's like, getting thrown out of the Wonderbolts was probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
Because it started a new career.
Yeah.
Of completely and utterly dangerous stunts.
Yep, and so, yeah, it's very interesting how Rainbow has created another rival.
She created her own monster.
Yeah. Yeah, you ever notice that? How, like, sometimes... It's like, what's his name? Wind Rider. I bet he's gonna come back.
Mm-hmm. She just makes a lot of nemesis.
I remember doing a comic dub, like, a couple years ago, where it was a fan's idea that what if Lightning Dust and Wind Rider were related, and that was the whole reason why Wind Rider went after Rainbow Dash in the first place. I mean, wouldn't that have made such a great backstory?
Ooh. I like that.
Yeah, but...
So
yeah, we know how allergic the show is to continuity.
Yeah, it's okay.
So Lightning Dust very blatantly says that the whole point of the Washouts was because they just blatantly disregarded the safety rules established by the Wonderbolts, and because Lightning Dust says that they were too exclusionary, but Rainbow Dash says that the safety rules are there for a reason, and that if you follow the rules, you are the best of the best. Which, unfortunately, rubs Scootaloo the wrong way. To the point where she becomes even more enamored of the Washouts, and Rainbow Dash is like, nope, you're coming with me.
Yeah, it's like a parent smothering their child.
Yes, but in a Rainbow Dashy way.
Yeah.
So she absconds with her to the Wonderbolts training grounds.
Yeah.
And of course, where they encounter Spitfire.
I want to hear Josh's take on all of this right here.
All right, so this is a complaint that I had before with Wonderbolt Academy. She doesn't sound intimidating. And the problem is that I don't know what it is. It's like there's all these people who say, yeah, when I was gonna join the Marine Corps, and they always give some BS excuse. But I was gonna join the Marines, but I just think I would laugh at the drill instructors. No, you wouldn't.
No.
And just seeing them like this, it's female drill instructors are scary. Okay, they are much scarier than the male ones, and I don't know why. They're just twice as scary. And I look at Spitfire, I'm like, nah, you just don't got it.
No. I was literally like, I was cringing so hard I was hiding behind him. Like I put my head.
But yeah, it's also this idea of trying to intimidate someone into not doing something stupid like that show Scared Straight.
I think you mentioned earlier, Aramau, that you were reminded of those PSA commercials
like
from way back in the 90s where they would just scream at the people through the TV and hope that they would get the message that way to stay away from something extreme.
Or, like the really, really heavy-handed, like, this is crap.
Nah, I don't even want to go into that.
But just like something very heavy-handed, something very just not respecting the audience very much. And it just reminded me of that. And yeah.
I mean, it would be it kind of would be something if Spitfire actually showed a picture of that.
That would have been much more effective.
Yeah.
Like if she talked about someone who did something extreme like that, and she had an example to draw upon, other than saying, this could happen to you. Bring up something that actually did happen to someone.
Yeah, and then that happened, and like she shows a picture, and Scootaloo's undeterred, and then it would have been interesting if Spitfire said, "Okay, your choice," and then Rainbow would have been mad at Spitfire, like, "What? What are you doing?" It's like, hey, if she wants to do it, that's her decision.
Yeah.
It would have fed into the lesson. I like that setup.
Yeah. And it also, Twilight Sparkle also says that later, too.
Yeah.
Now, Rainbow thinks she has successfully convinced Scootaloo, well, for the most part, of how this is a bad idea. So she takes her back to the clubhouse and starts taking down all the posters and stuff like that. But Scootaloo has run off. And then Rainbow Dash starts looking for her. And bumps into Twilight, who has autographed photos of the Washouts.
Yeah.
That was cute. And so Rainbow Dash is like, ugh, I'm gonna deal with you later. Where's Scootaloo? And she's like, well...
Yes, Scootaloo has joined the Washouts. She has entered her edgy, rebellious teen phase.
There is a scene right before that point which I deeply appreciated between Twilight and Rainbow Dash. Where Rainbow shows just how vulnerable she is and understands that it's not just about Scootaloo getting hurt, it's about Rainbow herself getting hurt, about losing someone.
Yeah. And it's just, it was a really nice, like, softer moment from Dash. The only other one that I can really think of off the top of my head, and I know there are probably several other examples, but was Tanks for the Memories.
Yes. Absolutely.
She has to have something serious happen to her or threaten to happen to her in order to really acknowledge what matters most to her. And Twilight was just completely like, was completely being like the best friend. She's like, okay, we're gonna try and help, you know. Even though Twilight was getting onto the Washout bandwagon too, when they go to the camp and see that Scootaloo has joined, Twilight is like, okay, no, that is not a good idea.
Yeah, but it was quite a moment of growth for Rainbow Dash, where she kind of swallows her pride and says, yeah, you can make if this is the path you want to go for it.
Although I like when she was starting to get mad at Lightning Dust. Twilight had to like yank her back. And she's like, I'm here to apologize for trying to make her stop liking you. You know, so she admitted that she was apologizing. I like that.
Yeah.
And then of course Scootaloo comes and, oh my goodness, she emotionally unloaded on Rainbow Dash. Like, she's like, according to what you say, I'll never be the best of the best because I can't fly. Oh, honey.
I'm glad that they built up to that properly.
Yeah, no,
I'm really glad.
Oh yeah, she had a little bit longer of a speech. It's
at the rate this is going, Scootaloo might not make the Wonderbolts like her hero, and this is a way for her to stand out in a way that where she can be the best at something.
In fact, actually, I think in your Crusaders of the Lost Mark, when you were talking about how the Cutie Mark Crusaders got their cutie marks, you thought Scootaloo's did not fit her very well because she had shown talent in other areas, and you and British Ninja gave the example of scooter riding.
Yeah.
She is amazing at that. She could do her own safety first, safer version of some of her stunts. She and the Cutie Mark Crusaders have done a bunch of those. I mean, like jumping off the thing into the tree with all the sap and stuff like that. You've seen plenty of examples where she does amazing things on her scooter.
Yeah. But yes. So they're about to do the stunt, and this is where it kind of loses a couple points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very end, the episode goes from many shades of gray, where you could argue that either side could be in the right, to, yeah, there's a very definite black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as strong when it comes to the end.
Yeah, Lightning Dust is very obviously, blatantly ignoring Scootaloo's fears and worries and just disregarding safety. And she's like, has anyone ever tested this before? Yeah. I mean, I think. Oh my goodness. No.
I think that would have been stronger if, or at least not as bad, if Lightning Dust maybe was doing this to get back at Rainbow Dash.
Maybe. Given that her final line of the episode is rivals forever.
Or rivals for life or something.
I think it would have been
like that.
I think it would have been interesting if, like, maybe that one washout that was taken out of commission. It's like she was up there helping set up, and then Lightning Dust, and then she said, "Wait a minute, we always test things before we do this."
Ooh. Oh, yeah, that would have been more effective. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, we always test this. It's like, aren't you? Why are you doing this? It's like, this is to show up Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, something like that. And then
it's like, yeah, we have less standards, but we have some standards.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Early on in the episode, when they were going to the first show of the Washouts, over the loudspeaker, the announcer is saying, "Remember, these are professionals wearing fireproof suits who have gone through such and such amounts of training to do these stunts. Do not try this at home."
By the way, good job episode. Don't
So,
disclaimer.
They set up the idea that they are going through these stunts with a lot of practice, and they have proper safety equipment, and they know exactly what they're doing.
Yes.
And they end the episode by just throwing Scootaloo into something that they've never tried before, and she obviously doesn't entirely know what she's doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it doesn't have the same feeling to it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been great if like the other two, it's like Short Fuse would have been funny to get angry. It's like, you put her on this without actually testing it. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, that actually would fit into his character because he is just a short fuse.
Yes.
But then, okay, so Scootaloo is careening down the hill, and then it goes up. It doesn't just go neatly over the wagons, which would have been fine-ish. No, it just straight up skyrockets. And then, of course, Rainbow Dash zooms down and saves and grabs Scootaloo off of the thing before it just hurtles up into the sky.
Yeah, it's
Team
just
Rocket's blasting off again!
Yep, grabbing the kid before the car hits them.
Right.
Yeah. Oh man, I love watching those videos where like the dads save the kids.
Yes, ninja dads.
It's basically that. And she even says, just because I let you make your own decisions doesn't mean I can't save you from time to time. And so
When she wants it, yeah.
Yeah.
And she did want it here.
She did want it there. I think Rainbow was just like stealthily listening for her to be not okay, you know?
Yeah. Because she is very skilled in eavesdropping.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That could have been a Chekhov's gun.
Oh!
But they didn't draw attention to it.
If they drew attention to it at that moment, that would have been a fantastic Chekhov's gun.
It is a nice button at the end, but it would have been a better Chekhov's gun, yes. So anyway, Scootaloo, like, Rainbow Dash brings Scootaloo to the ground, and then Lightning Dust gets caught on a rope that was attached to the wagon, and she goes blasting off again, with the other two flying after her after Spitfire puts out the flaming wagons. So, not Spitfire, Short Fuse, gosh dang it. Sorry, Firebrand. And so the washouts are gone, and then both Scootaloo and Rainbow Dash apologize. I like that. It's not just Scootaloo learning something, it is Rainbow Dash learning something. It is always good when not only the kid learns something, but the adult learns something too, because the more, well, not only the fact that, one, there are adults who watch this, two, there are parents who watch this who may have a similar issue with their children.
Yeah, which makes the making the lesson a little black and white a little detrimental.
Yeah. But at the same time, at least the core of the message is still, like, really important and clear.
Yeah.
Even if it didn't end as strong as we would have liked, the idea that your child or someone that you genuinely care about is not going to follow in your footsteps, even if they do look up to you, that can hurt a lot.
And they are their own person. You have to let them be their own person. And that requires a lot of restraint from you.
Yeah.
And so go ahead.
Yeah, didn't quite stick the landing, but still touched on a subject that is important.
To quote Beast Boy from Teen Titans, I give you a 9 for the dive, but a 2 for the landing. You know?
No, not quite a 2 for the landing.
I know,
I'd give
but
it maybe a 6 for the landing.
Yeah, I'm just giving the quote. But then, of course, we have the cute little button at the end. That was just my favorite part. Where Rainbow Dash starts a Scootaloo fan club, and she actually has members, including Rainbow Dash's parents. That was so cute. And then Scootaloo's like, Rainbow Dash is right. Eavesdropping on your own fan club totally isn't weird. And Twilight, who's holding Scootaloo, which I think is also super precious. Twilight just goes, oh boy.
Yeah, eavesdropping on your own fan. Yes, I totally don't scour my TV tropes page or DeviantArt or the comments section of my YouTube channel. We totally don't do that.
But I mean, the cute little detail that I love how all the Pegasi, like Rainbow Dash and Twilight, they're just totally ready to scoop Scootaloo up and fly with her anywhere. That's just so adorable and sweet.
Yeah.
I just thought that was a cute little detail. Good job.
Yeah, so there were a lot of cool pieces here for this episode.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, there are a lot of cool things that, you know, it's like if they just went a little bit farther, this could have been probably one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been.
Yeah.
But as it stands right now, I personally give it around a B-.
Yeah.
I think it's better than average.
Yes.
But not quite fantastic.
Yes. Yeah. I'd agree with that B- grade.
Yeah. I mean, it is certainly better than some of the other Rainbow Dash episodes that make me upset. But
Tell me how you really feel.
I'm not a Rainbow Dash girl, okay? But it's my favorite Rainbow Dash episode will always be Tanks for the Memories, and it wasn't quite at that level yet.
Mm-hmm.
What about you two? Where does final thoughts, Doc?
I liked the portrayal of Lightning Dust in Wonderbolt Academy more than I liked the portrayal here. Mm-hmm. I liked what she was doing at the start of the Washouts and even in the middle of Washouts. It's just, at the end, they just turned her into a much more cliche villain. Yeah. I'm hoping that if she does make a return in the future, that they could develop that further, but who knows.
Mm-hmm.
What they did with Rainbow Dash here, top notch. Excellently well done. Any other final thoughts?
Well, I already said my piece on like what would have made these pieces fit together a little better, you know, given that Australian pony a little more of a role, mm-hmm. and to help the help the message be not as black and white. Also the Chekhov's gun with the
eavesdropping, yeah.
Yeah, because it feels like they were setting it up, and also like alternate Spitfire dialogue. I felt that would have worked better because as it stands, I just can't take Spitfire seriously because I can't take her seriously because not only because I really don't like Spitfire. Mm. It's because a lot of her previous episodes have made me lose respect for her.
Mm.
I'm guessing they just play up her dialogue as more of a joke than anything, really.
Yeah. Which is sad because military leader should not be a joke. But, yeah. Okay, for my final thoughts, love Scootaloo. love her to pieces. She's not my favorite of the CMC, but she is creeping up there because her in this one and Parental Guidance are just amazing. I like it. As I said before, I love it when characters show vulnerability, and Rainbow Dash really did, because I feel like she's the one who shows it the least, other than maybe Pinkie Pie. And then I liked how Twilight was like, she did pretty much voice the message of the episode. You can't control her, but at the same time, she didn't steal the spotlight away from Dash. Sometimes when you have the person who's giving the Aesop, they kind of steal it. But no, they let Dash still have that. I had another point and then it went out of my head. So, it was making noise on the table.
Yes.
I'm sorry. But yeah, no, that was really, I liked it. It wasn't my favorite of season 8. I still actually really liked Matter of Principles so much.
We certainly laughed a lot more with Matter of Principles. That.
But yeah, this one was a good one.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I still find that a few elements are eerily similar to an idea that I came up with a video more than 5 years ago. Again, I'll post a link to that in the description down below. See what you guys think. But other than that, I'm looking forward to the rest of what season 8 has to offer.
Yep.
Until next time, I am Dr. Wolf.
I am Josh Gorcha.
And I'm Aramau, the Fiery Secretary.
And we look forward to hearing from you.